meeting the other 4 Spice Girls who felt exactly the same.
Yeah.
The 5 of us were so driven to succeed that, you know, was it fate? Was it written in the stars? Did we make it happen?
Melanie, it is so good to talk to you. I have to start by fangirling just a little bit because I have something to show you. I found this in my collection. It's my book.
Can I have a look?
It's dirty, it's crumpled, but it is well loved.
Oh my gosh.
And I wanted to show you.
This.
Yes. You had such an impact on me and all my friends and so many people, obviously. And I also went to the Spice Girls reunion tour in 2019 and I flew to Sunderland.
How great were those?
It was
shows?
amazing.
So good.
Yes.
It feels like 2 years ago. You know,
I know.
It doesn't feel that long ago. But yeah, that was such a great celebration of being a Spice Girl. You know, we all had this opportunity to really just like be in the moment and really appreciate all the wonderful things.
If you wanna be my lover.
Can you please tell me about your new album, Sweat, and what we can expect?
So my new album, Sweat, is, gosh, I suppose in a way it's very inspired by being a Spice Girl. I fully embraced my sporty side, had loads of fun in the studio. I'd say musically it's really inspired. Obviously, I am a pop artist, I always will be, but I've been DJing for about 8 years and just rekindled that love with dance music, house music. I was a raver back in the early 90s, so it was really beautiful to bring those worlds closer together. And even lyrically, having a bit of fun. A song like Sweat, I've got a great sample in there from Diana Ross, Work That Body. It's a bit of a workout anthem. So I've kind of lent into my sporty side, even lyrically, and it's a very upbeat, I'd say positive and joyous record.
Yeah, and visually too, like those scenes where you're in your tracksuits with heels on, I love it so much.
Yeah.
Tell me about the world tour. What do you love about performing for fans?
So I love making music, but the ultimate for me is being on stage. It's that moment when you have your audience in front of you and there's such a connection and you're sharing this beautiful moment, and it's what's always driven me. You know, even when I met the girls, it was the thing I wanted to do. And it's so funny when, if you're working in a pop band, it's something you spend so little time doing because there's so many interviews and you're doing radio and you're traveling and you're doing all these different things, photo shoots, and you're like, when do we get on stage? So now, being the master of my own destiny, I'm able to do it so much more, and that makes me really happy. And I will be up there having a ball, and I'm playing in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane and Perth. My first tour here in Australia as an artist. So I'm really excited because I know there's brilliant fans out there. I've seen them at DJ shows, you know, I've met them when I've done different things. I've been here doing Jesus Christ Superstar, you know, a few years back. So I'm excited to bring my music to everyone.
Absolutely. And one of your bangers, I Turn to You. Love that song, but I have to ask, it was in the Bend It Like Beckham film when the characters are dancing in the nightclub. Like every millennial remembers that. I love that. What was your reaction when you heard or when you saw that scene and heard your song playing?
Well, I work quite closely actually with the director of Bend It Like Beckham, Gorinda. You know, she's a friend. I still see her occasionally, and so I knew how they were going to use the music in it. And I thought it was like a really beautiful thing to do. Obviously, the subject matter, and you know, David being a big inspiration in that movie. So so it was cute for another Spice Girl to be part of the soundtrack.
I read your memoir, Who I Am, My Story. It's very powerful and very raw. And one of the things that I did love about it was it seemed like you got to tell your story in your own words. Was it nice to finally do that and also show the real Melanie C?
Do you know, that's very true. I was reluctant to write a memoir for a long time, even though a lot of my adult life has been played out in the media. I'm quite a private person. I kind of had avoided that, but then I thought, you know what? Lots of other people have told their version of my story, so it was nice. And I think there are certain things and times in my life that have been quite difficult and things that I've had to overcome, and they're very human things. And I thought it was very important to express that, because I think sometimes, you know, people see people in the public eye and they can't imagine things being tough for them, you know? But we're all human and we all have the same insecurities. And I think it can be, like you said, really powerful for people to read those words. And I do have like really beautiful messages from people that, you know, things have given them strength that I've been very open and frank about. So as hard as it is sometimes to do that, I feel like it's really beneficial.
One of the things that you wrote about in the book was how you always felt like going into, you know, music was like your destiny, and the other Spice Girls kind of felt the same way, and you guys were determined to make it. You kind of had no other options, but you knew it was going to happen. Can you touch on that for me?
Yeah, it's such a funny feeling because, you know, you don't know why do these things happen. You know, there are so many incredibly talented people out there, but it doesn't happen for everybody. And I was just always very single-minded. I kind of wouldn't take no for an answer. It was like, I am going to do this. You know, kind of not in a ruthless way of no matter what it takes. I just kind of felt like it was fate and my destiny. And meeting the other 4 Spice Girls who felt exactly the same, that gave us this just incredible power. You know, that the 5 of us were so driven to succeed that, you know, was it fate? Was it written in the stars? Did we make it happen? And, you know, I'm a firm believer in like having a positive mental attitude. Sometimes it's really hard, you know, because life has its ups and downs. But yeah, I think the power of the mind is very, you know, important. And especially if you meet like-minded people, it's kind of makes you unstoppable.
Yeah, and you girls really were.
Yeah, it was nuts. So I remember we went into, when we first met Simon Fuller, who was our manager through those years, we went into him, you know, we had demos of the album. We said, we want to make a movie, we want to be known all over the world, we want to be household names. And, you know, a lot of people were a bit like, okay, girls, calm down. But we did it.
Exactly.
You know, it was like we said we were going to do it, and we did it.
And you girls recently reunited at Emma Bunton's 50th, which fans obviously loved that, including me. And also you girls sung Viva Forever with Cruz Beckham, which was just so special and a beautiful rendition.
Viva forever, I'll be waiting, everlasting, like the sun.
I'm just going back to that night because it was so off the cuff, and Cruz is brilliant, and he's got his own music out at the moment. He's actually touring in the UK right now, and he's always loved music. We had him on stage with us at Madison Square Garden, and I think it was 2007, 2008. He was teeny tiny, doing head spins, and, you know, talk about destiny, music was always his focus. And now he's making great music, and he kind of, he's taken his time to figure out his sound.
Oh, the song's amazing. I love it. It kind of sounds a bit like Beatles.
Beatles, he'll love that. Beatles are his big thing. So it was so cute that night. We were just having a quiet little dinner, and it comes down with a guitar, and we always sing a little bit of Spice Girls when Cruz has got his guitar. So that was a cute moment.
And
we thought we sounded pretty good. So we were like, you can put that on the internet.
It was
sound all right.
Put it on. Okay, approved. Well, I was going to say, like, it must feel surreal to see like the next generation of the Spice Girls kind of go into music and follow in your footsteps. Like that must be special too.
Yeah, well, it's amazing because I probably see Phoenix, Mel B's eldest daughter, more than I see Mel, because Phoenix is a DJ, you know, she does great. We were at Glasgow together last year, and we often play on the same bill. So
that's
it
really
is,
cool.
it's lovely. And, you know, everyone's gone off to do different things, and, you know, a lot of the kids are still at school, but it is lovely. And it's cute bumping into them out and about.
Yeah, that's special. Just, you know, can I touch on your enduring friendship with the Spice Girls? How has it kind of, I guess, evolved over the years?
We met each other when we were very young, so we know each other very well. Experienced something really unique together. So we've had our ups and downs, you know, we've been through so many changes, life changes, becoming parents and, you know, going into different careers. But now we're all 50. Emma was the last one back in January. And, you know, we're just at a point where I think we truly appreciate and respect each other more than we ever have. And that's just a really beautiful place to be. And we know we wouldn't have, none of us would have the lives we do without each other. So we really respect that.
And in your memoir, I have to go back to that, but you did speak about the now iconic pop culture moment where you called out Liam Gallagher at the Brits in 1997.
I just want to say, Liam, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
How do you look back on that all these years later? I know that you did that hilarious reel really recently.
Liam, come and have a go if you think
Yeah, I mean, all of those moments are so great. You know, the Spice Girls happened at a time in the UK that was quite rebellious.
Yes.
It was a super fun time. The 90s were great. It was the pop girls versus, you know, the Brit pop boys. And it was all a bit of fun. You know, Liam and I have never really had an issue.
No. You said in the memoir you're friends.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. But yeah, I mean, it's quite fun to look back on those moments. And again, being together, 5 girls, you know, we kind of conquered the world and we were fearless.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And also in your memoir, you did mention that Prince William, the future king, once made you peanut butter on toast for the girls.
This is true. Yeah.
Is that surreal? I had to ask about that because I read that and I was like, oh my goodness, that is cool.
Yeah, it is surreal. And yeah, those moments. So we'd met now our king, King Charles, and the boys when they were really young.
Yeah.
And we were invited to Highgrove for tea. And I don't know if Harry was even a teenager, but William was like a young teenager. And we had high tea, and you know, of course, being the Spice Girls, cucumber sandwiches weren't going to cut it. So they took us down to the kitchen and made us peanut butter on toast.
I love
so yeah, that was a very surreal moment. But I think even on that day when we met the boys, the princes, it was just like quite amazing to us that, you know, they were just normal kids.
Yeah.
You know, they made fun of each other. They had a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a bicker, and yeah, like any normal family.
I wanna really wanna zig a zig.
Fans are always asking about the famous Zigga Zigga line in the song. It really did just come up in a writing session, didn't it?
The story behind Wannabe, basically, is we were working with Matt and Biff, who are, you know, 2 of our favourite and most successful collaborators. We wrote Wannabe, Spice Up Your Life, Viva Forever, 2 Become 1, Goodbye. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a big long list of big hits. When we first met them, we hadn't written anything. This was one of the first songs we ever attempted to write. And I think because of the energy and the chaos that surrounds the Spice Girls, they wanted to capture that within a song. So basically, they just said, just do anything, do whatever you want. And at the time, we were just, you know, we were 5 girls having a lot of fun. We had silly little sayings that we made up. And Wannabe was just a load of noise we made in 15 minutes. And then Matt Rowe, being an incredible producer, took it away and turned it into a song. So I think what's so special about Wannabe is it does capture that energy. And I think that's really what, you know, connected people with it.
Everybody down the line, it's all around. Everybody